Hello, I'm Lanita Medina from Camden, Maine, and today I want to show you the new Forest Mushrooms Punch. Oh my goodness, there is so much that you can make with this. So if I get a little carried away or get too excited, I wish you could, I guess, be live and say, hold on, Lanita, hold on. But you can't, so I'm just gonna show you a ton of cute, fun stuff that you can do with this. All right, Forest Mushrooms is the Border Punch. And first of all, I want to show you that it is a good 2-inch window. Actually, I did not measure it, so I think it may be a little more because of the... Yes, it is 2.5. No wonder the measurement was off for me. I should have thought of that before I went on camera, because I meant to check why my measurements were uneven, and now I know. Okay, so we do this together. So it has a 2.5 inch, and one of the techniques I'm going to show you is meeting in the middle. So that's why that part was important. And so instead of cutting all of these in front of you, I have pre-cut a whole bunch to be able to show you techniques. And then I'll show you on the layering stuff and on the dot pens even. Can you see the dot pens in here? Huh, maybe, maybe not, huh? But they are here. All right, so I will set these aside. Stack them maybe. How about that? I'll just stack them a little bit. Let's see, can you still see them? I think so. And then I'll get started on showing you techniques. All right, so first of all, this is one that I have cut. And I found this old piece of green paper that looked grassish. Who remembers these? Aren't those fun? Remember those from 10 by 12 days? And this shows up really well. Okay, mushrooms probably aren't blue gingham, but it just looks really good. So these are all tilted the same way, all right? And also there is a wave inside here, and it's barely visible, barely visible. So the first thing is that you can either cut it straight off, straight like this. Okay, this is cut straight off once I punched it. Or you can do the wavy trimmer on it, and it really changes the look, doesn't it? So for that one, you would simply punch it like I punched it already. And take your, I did the swell because the wavy is a little bit too much. And I think, well, I guess you would probably be able to see it better if I do it this way, huh? So you can see how much. And you can literally cut as much or as little as you want. So I'm going to do a little bit more than I did there, so I can show you something else that you can add to it. All right, that's a fun thing right there. And this is where I start moving all my scraps around. So there's that. Simple, fun, plain, and keep going. However, if you wanted to, you can put a piece of, I'm looking for it, a piece of the fern on it. And this fern is from the National Scrapbook Day embellishments, which I only had one set. Mine did not arrive, even though I ordered them 2 weeks ago. So I had one that arrived. So this has a certain bit of a wave to it. So that kind of gives it a nice, I'm going to say like a tone-on-tone or a tonal look. Okay, just subtle. It's there, but you can barely see it. And I like that. That is an option. Okay, the other thing you can do is, so I was playing around a lot with these. And this one, I had taken off pieces. I took off pieces, and I'll show you that. You can see how I played around with it. I cut pieces out of there, like, how would it look if I just decapitated some of these mushrooms, took pieces out, and left it like that? Would that look good? And so it looks okay. I just wasn't quite sure about the color. Like I wasn't sure if I liked the color, even adding other things. However, I thought, well, what if, remember that's one of what Noreen says, what if, when you look at things, what if? So what if I turn it and then I add this little green piece again, and then this hollow piece has the little mushroom there. Now it's the opposite direction, like the mushrooms are going here. Now I'm bringing this into a sideways border. Okay, put a little flower there, put another little flower there, and I'm not necessarily clustering them. I'm just showing you because there's already so much stuff going on here. But wouldn't that be a cute border? And you know what? You could make this and somebody might say, oh my goodness, what punch is that? It makes the most decorative look. I mean, it's just the mushroom punch, the forest mushrooms. So doesn't it kind of look like an elegant, wavy type of a punch or a border, right? And so this one, the middle, I did a 3-inch piece of paper and punched on both sides. And so if you wanted to do that, that is a nice option. Okay, that's the sideways option. Let's move that aside and talk a little bit about another type of option. Right, so this is one that, that I already cut like that. And this one, you can't necessarily see it, but this is what I'm going to show you. Okay, this one is where I'm using a technique that Michelle Fitzgerald showed on one of her, on Fitzy's Fabulous Scrapbooks, scrapbooking, Fitzy's Fabulous on her YouTube. And basically, it's just to cut a wave and then punch on that. So let's see how, oh dear, I moved that. That was not good, but okay. So this would be punching on the actual wave. And this would be, you're just going to go upside down and follow the wave. We're not even surfing and we're following the wave. So you can see how I'm following it by moving it at the angle that the wave is. So it's going to cut a little bit off on certain areas, but it's not bad at all. It's pretty good actually, because it also then follows the wave of how the mushroom punch goes. It's also very subtle. You may not even notice that it's that it gives you a wavy look. So let's see how, and I'll show you how to fix the little pieces that are, okay, and so that's going to be there, and that's where we'll finish off. I'll bring it down this way more. All right, so here you can see how it kind of, you know, took a little bit of that off and it looks a little rough. So I'll just take that there. I'll fix that. That's okay there. And I'll tell you why I liked this look. That didn't need much fixing, so that was actually pretty good. I'm going to put it on something light here for you to look at. So do you see that now it has more of a wave on the actual, let's see, here's a good comparison. So if you look here, you see that there's a slight wave there now, right? But with this, it's more like, oh, the mushrooms are growing on the hillside. Now this one I didn't cut out, so we could cut that one out. That's okay. That's not one of the little stems, so that would make it more wavy. It does open it up a little bit more, but that's okay. So isn't that a fun look? So let's put it, that's a little dark, but it still shows up well, right? So you can see the nice wave that it has, okay? So now let's add something to this one. And I know I have this one upside down. Oh wait, before I add to this one, I want to show you the other technique. So you saw that, and I'm going to layer, so I'll leave these here. The other technique is meeting in the middle. So let me find one to meet in the middle. Now this one is from the Serenity paper. This makes beautiful mushrooms, and I'm going to show you after I do this. Don't let me forget, okay, because I do want to show you that. So because it's 2.5 inches, it's not an even number. So I'm going to need to go three first. Oh, and by the way, this is starting right here. I didn't play around with any other techniques of doing the other way. So I'm telling you, there is a lot to play with. I played for, I don't know, several hours. I just couldn't stop. It was so much fun. All right, so 3. Okay, so we're almost there. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it. Oh, you know what? I'm going to start this way. Never mind. No, I'm not. I'm thinking that I wanted it to have it. Well, let me just see if it works. It may not work because I'm flipping it. So I will show you on regular. Let me see if it doesn't work. I'll show you on regular. Okay, so let's see. Yes, it did. Okay, so here's what it did. I think you'll be able to see it on this paper here. So this is where we met in the middle. These 3 are tilted this way. This one is tilted this way, these 2. And so you have like, you don't have them all tilting the same way. And that's kind of a fun look. Nobody would know if you were to make this on your page. It's just kind of like for you to have fun with. And then when you're decorating, this is where the next part of this comes in. When you're decorating this, you will, so let's just go ahead and decorate this one. You can take all sorts of colors like I did here and here, and you can pop some of them, you can leave some of them. And so I have pre-punched a whole bunch of them, and this is what you would do. Just find some scraps, like say, okay, I want some brown, and pop that little scrap in there and make yourself a piece to cut. So brown would look really good on this. And you can even do the whole thing. Now I have not done the whole thing yet, but I'm saying you can do it. Let's see how it looks. Because I did just the caps. All right, that's the opposite one. So see, that would be the one that goes on this. And then you just kind of shadow it, right? Isn't that fun? And then this little cluster, I'll just take off the stems, and I'll just do that for you so you can see the effect of that. Okay, that's like that's a set of 4. And I know that this is the direction because we just did the other one. So there's that. And then when we pop them, it will give more of a shadow effect. Okay, so what other color would look good? The red would probably look good, right? You know, I found all these scraps. This is one of the Nancy O'Dell colors. I just thought that was a really pretty mushroom. Let's do that one. Now, is that direction? I think that's the right direction. So I am going to take this little piece here, and we'll cut the stems off on that one. And let's do that there. So that's that little piece. And then I'll put a red one there. It's so hard to like not do more of the pieces, because it's like I want to cut them all apart and play with all of them. All right, so then that one tilts that way. So you can reverse them, and depending on how you cut them, but see, if I reverse them, this one does not work on this. It would have to work on this one because that's the one that I cut backwards. I think you get what I mean, right? Black would be really good. Let's see, this one would be really good, depending on what look you want. So let's just go with that, just so that it doesn't take me forever. Oh, here's another one where I really cut things off on this one. Oh, I do want to tell you something about this one. Let me see if I can find that. Okay, here we go. So I did this one, and I thought, oh, I really like the orange. Let me grab the green here. I really like this orange for some reason. However, I just couldn't get past that wild was upside down. So I turned it and I did it on the bottom and it was still upside down. Then I realized that the word wild is upright, upside down, upright, upside down. And I could not get the word wild where it's big right on the mushroom to be the upright one. So I'm like, okay, that does not matter. I just won't use that side, or it may not matter. To me it did. But anyway, I don't know why it mattered. So there's that part. Okay, so now I'll layer it. And here's where you will need tiny little pieces of foam squares to make it pop. And it's a little difficult, but Pam Wynn showed me at our Creative Cafe International that if you put it right there on the piece itself rather than on the, little piece that you're trying to manipulate, it will stay a lot better, and it sure does, or be easier for you to manipulate it. So I'm going to give that a little bit of a shadow. Now that is a little low, so let me raise it. Just that one is okay. I didn't mean to do that, but okay, there we go, because I'm going to raise this a bit and make that more of a shadow. All right, let's do, okay, I'll put this one down. It's always hard for me to decide what I want because, I have to play with it and say, okay, I don't know which part I want. I'm going to just cut that little tab off. And then there's this, and I'm shadowing it a little bit. And then these I'm going to pop up. So there's a lot of little pieces here. So I'm going to stick it all over here, stick the little foam squares over here. There's one, that should work. And another one over here, that should work. And that should be enough. And then these will go right there and shadowed. So see, that's the shadow effect. Now that's popping off a little bit, but not too much. Okay, oh, I guess I stuck that to the page, didn't I? All right, so one more, and I do want this one to pop because it's more of them. So I'll make this pop, and I think that one was started here, didn't it? Okay, so now you've gotten several fun tips and techniques on these. Put that there, get this to pop over here, and there we go. Okay, so isn't that fun? All right, I mean, the colors perhaps aren't as good, and there's a lot of white here, but that's how you get all these to pop and make all these fun colors. So you can see I did a double pop there. I did one color and then popped another color there. All right, this little technique of cutting out a piece, I'm not sure if I like that, but it's like, gotta try it, right? So on one of these, I just took like a piece out and did that. So there's like a half, a piece of mushroom that has a piece of it taken off. And then let's see what peeks through on this one. Let's see if it looks different on this one. So see what happens is you get a little bit more of the white. I actually like that. I would probably not have done that, but hey, we'll just do it because we're playing here, huh? This one is also a little big, but I'll pop it down there anyway. So see, there's that, and then you have a little bit more of that white showing, right? Isn't that fun? Okay, now you can see why it's so exciting. All right, clean up this mess. I think I've showed you everything. You can, oh, here's some more. I did that same technique here where I took out a piece of it. Can you see that? And I took out a piece of that. And then, all right, let's clean this up so I can show you the next part. Look at this. So remember how, oh, and this is from the new Blooms or Birds and Blossoms paper. Super pretty, look at that. But this one just felt like it was very mushroomy. Now the mushrooms could have been cut out of this, punched out of this, which would have been actually perfect for the mushrooms that are here in Maine, that pop up in our yard. But what I did is I did the same thing as I did on the orange one here. but this one was 3.5. So it's a little bit bigger. You can see it's a little bit bigger. And so it's like a shadow, but now we're going to double shadow it. I think you can see that. So this one is going to go down, and this one can go up. Or you can put the black on the other side. So look how cute that is. Isn't that so pretty? And I'm just going to reverse it just to see which one I like better. I'm not sure. Really doesn't matter. The only other thing that I could do is, see how the shadowing is so pretty? Just move it over a bit, either direction, and move it over a bit, and it just causes a nice shadow. And then the next thing, I didn't tape these down because I keep using the pieces for other things. The next one would be bring this back in, okay? And that is your binding piece, all right? And I'll take a cardboard to put it on so I can hold it up to the camera so you can see it and have it not move so much. So isn't that fun? It's a fun look, huh? And there was one more I wanted to show you. I think it's this one. So same thing here. I'm going to shadow it with shadow the blue with it. And then the way I came up with this one, or it was a solution to having several scraps. So I had several scraps here of ones that I'd messed with and played with. So I thought, well, what if I don't want to have an entire piece of mushroom, right? And so what would I do if I just have a little piece, or have pieces? What does that look like, and how can I make it into something? So this way, like if you have scraps, you can still create like a mini border or a partial border that doesn't go across your whole page, but it will look intentional, because let's take a few of these. Now these are from the National Scrapbook Day stickers and embellishments, and I have kind of cut them apart. So let's see how I cut this border apart. It didn't look like I wanted it to look, so I thought, well, maybe, let's see if I can find, here we go. Maybe if I were to just even cut some of these apart. Actually, I'm gonna, do I dare? Cut this, tuck it in under here, like it's peeking through, because that's what we have here in Maine. Things just peek through. And then this could be for something else. And then you could have a couple of these peeking through, or you could even have some of these peeking through. And I don't mind cutting these up at all. I know it feels kind of funny sometimes, but see how it looks so fun? Doesn't that look neat? And then, so I've got that there. And then let's see, could put one, no, that's too big. You can just look and see what else might work, huh? Maybe even some of these little tiny flowers would work to just add to it. Anyway, there's a lot that could work. And, or even just some words that could go on there. So that's how you could use scraps to make something fun. Isn't that fun? Oh my goodness, are you so excited? That it doesn't have to take a lot. You don't even have to layer. You just put all these fun things on it. Okay, one more thing. All right, take a look at this. I want to show you this because it has, I'm going to put it on this just so I have a nice little background here. This, by the way, is a really fun piece. This is from the NSD paper, I'm pretty sure. Any border will work. So let's try the black partial that I have here. And what I did is I layered the, I'll leave it thick. I layered this piece, and so I put a whole bunch of Foam squares. Now, what paper is this? Oh, I know. This paper with the camera is called Cool and Candid. Isn't that fun? I know I have it on my discontinued site, but because we had a chance to buy a bunch of it, but Creative Memories doesn't have it now. But oh my goodness, we have so much fun stuff. All right, so there's that. And it has a little bit of, it has the lift, right? Cut it off right there. And now, I have already done some of the little dot pens there, but I'm going to do more for you. So I'll just corner around it. Oh, I did something else on that. I was playing around with something else on there. Let's see if I can get beyond that. Okay. And then you take the dot pens, and these are the new ones here. And I have more to show you, but that'll be on Friday with the Fast Fun Friday. And I think all of these would, let's see, which, yeah, just try whatever. Let's see what will work, huh? And just start dotting, okay? So you don't see as much of the yellow. How about the green? And by the way, can you now see where I stuck the dots? There's some big ones there and there's some little ones there. The original paper looks like this here. That is from the paper without the dots looks like this. With the dots, it looks like that. See how fun? Oh my goodness, the yellow is popping. You guys, it's popping. And then we'll add some more green, big pieces and little tiny pieces. And, okay, I probably need to stop there, but I wanted to show you more on the dot pens, but that will be another thing for another time. It's mushroom time this time. All right, so thank you for watching. Thanks for having fun with me. You are going to have a lot of fun with this Forest Mushrooms Punch. Oh, Decorative Border Punch, that's what it's called. Thank you for watching. Thanks for playing with me. And I will see you next week or on Friday, actually, to show you some more fun stuff. All right, bye-bye.